Now, when I talk about Delhi University, I talk about an option what you are here for. That particular option is BMS, BFIA, BVE, commonly known as DUJAT. I am also assuming कि अगर आप Delhi University के student हो और Delhi University के लिए aspire कर रहे हो, and you are wanting to pursue a BMS, BFIA, BVE program, so it is 100% sure that you already have maths in your class 12th. And I would so want to say that this particular program, which is of Delhi University Management Program, I repeat, this is Delhi University Management Program, which was introduced in year 1987. I would say the first ever management program at an undergraduate level, which Delhi University started offering. Delhi University ने जब 1987 में इस प्रोग्राम को ऑफर किया, it was called as BVS, which was Bachelors of Business Studies. 2013 में जब 4-year undergraduate program introduce हुए, it was known as BMS. And now in year 2019, 2020, 2021, again the fluctuations happened up and down, and finally they have started terming it as BMS, which is called as Bachelors of Management Studies. 1993 में Delhi University added another feather to the cap in the field of management, which was called BFIA, which means Bachelors of Finance and Investment Analysis. If you want to be a financial advisor, if you want to be a banker, if you want to get into insurance sector and you think that you understand stock markets, so believe me, this is one particular course which is very, very fascinating when you talk about Delhi University. It is called BFIA, Bachelors of Finance and Investment Analysis. इसी के साथ मैनेजमेंट का तीसरा इंट्रोडक्शन है, which is called BBE, which is Bachelors of Business Economics. So management in Delhi University is offered by 3 names: BMS, BFIA and BBE. As I told you, it's a stream neutral program, but one thing what they definitely need is कि मेरे पास, और अगर मेरे पास मैथ है तो मैं इसके साथ डील कर लूंगा या कर लूंगी. And when I talk about this undergraduate program, every year this undergraduate program used to be conducted through an entrance exam in the month of June or July. A typical entrance exam where you will be rewarded 65% of your marks. I repeat, a typical entrance exam where you will be rewarded 65% of your marks. So 65% of evaluation is based on entrance exam. I repeat, 65% of evaluation is based on your entrance exam, and 35% of your evaluation is based on your class 12 score. I repeat this statement: 65% is based on entrance exam and 35% is based on class 12 score. So my friend, if you score a 90%, I repeat, if you score a 90% और उस 90% का सिर्फ 35% मिलता है आपको, 90 का 35% will be equal to 31 out of 35, which means even after scoring 90%, in this particular criteria, you will get 31 out of 35. And if you are not super intelligent and if you have not scored 80% or more in your class 12, or I assume you have scored just 80% in your class 12, so 80 ka 35% hoga, which is equal to 27. A difference of 10%, I repeat, a difference of 10% in your CBSE and ICSE board, a difference of 10% in your CBSE or ICSE board is now only a difference of 4 marks. And these 4 marks can be covered on the basis of entrance. That's the magic, that's the clue what I wanted to convey. So this particular statement, what educational institutes tell you, this particular statement what seniors will tell you, this particular statement what faculties will tell you, that this is the cutoff of DUJAT. It is a stupid statement to make. I repeat, it is a stupid statement to make, because if you score 90% and I score 80%, for you the cutoff might be only 60 out of 100, and for me the cutoff will be 75 out of 100, and anyone who scores 60% in his class 12, for him the cutoff will be 90 out of 100. So what you do in your entrance exam, what is the cutoff of the entrance exam, will be completely dependent on how you do in your class 12. So if your class 12 score is higher, lesser and easier it will be in an entrance exam. If the class 12 score is shaken up, your entrance exam needs to go a little higher, higher, and higher. So this is how a cutoff for DU JAT will be defined. Now, let's not talk about cutoffs further. Let's talk about how do we get into this entrance exam and what is the dream, what will come true. As far as this entrance exam is concerned, my friend, this entrance exam will test you about 100 questions. So BMS, BFIA, BBE, I repeat, BMS, BFIA and BBE is all put together about 100 odd questions. And in these 100 questions, it is evenly divided amongst 4 sections. Quantitative ability, which is with respect to maths, which is with respect to numbers, which is with respect to your numerical ability, is about 25 questions. So 25 questions is equal to quantitative aptitude and numbers. Reasoning and ability is about 25 questions. So if you do Sudoku, if you do Rubik's Cube, if you are someone who's dealing with puzzles and riddles in newspapers, so reasoning and analytical skills will be extremely good, which is again about 25 odd questions. Moving down to English, Angrezi, it's again about 25 questions where English is broadly divided into reading comprehension, sentence correction, sentence completion, and grammar. You also have GK, which is commonly known as general knowledge and current affairs, which is about another 25 questions. So your entrance exam will be divided into 25, 25, 25, 25 questions each, a sum of 100 questions where you get a +4 for a right answer and you get a -1 for a wrong. I repeat, you get a +4 for a right answer and -1 for a wrong as far as your DU JAT entrance exam for BMS, BFIA, BBE is concerned. Now, what is this quantitative ability? What is this mathematics? What are these numerical skills? So if you are dealing with maths, if you are dealing with numbers, and if you are dealing with quantitative aptitude, then coordinate geometry, complex numbers, linear algebra, trigonometry, functions, logs, matrices, algebraic equations, limits, and vectors is the most important part. In fact, for the last 3 years, functions is one chapter which has been tested in Delhi University time and again. So friends, a total of 25 questions. I repeat, quantitative aptitude, number-based questions, 25 in total. And if you look at this entire scenario, only one chapter, which is time, speed, and distance, only one chapter, which is time, speed, and distance, is of mathematics of class 8th to 10th. Rest entire mathematics is of class 11th and 12th. So if you are good with mathematics, if you already scored 95 in your 12th in maths, trust me, this paper will be in your favor. And if not, then you better need to work hard as far as your mathematical skills are concerned. The moment you talk about GK, which is general knowledge, current affairs, out of these 25 questions, what you see, I repeat, out of these 25 questions, what you see, 19 of them, I repeat, 19 of them is equal to current affairs. So 80% of your GK, 80% of your GK is dependent that whether you have gone through the news of last 10 months or not. So if you are good with the news section of last 10 months, your GK section is taken care of because 80% of the total is just current affairs. Now, current affairs means reading the entire newspaper. Answer is no. You don't need to read the entire newspaper when you talk about current affairs. So if I have a newspaper, the first and the most important thing is I'll take out all the news which is related to politics and leaders. Second, I will categorize my news into business, whether it is a merger or it is an acquisition or it is a turnover or it is stock markets. Awards, whether with respect to Grammy Awards, film awards, book awards, or anything else. Then you talk about international events. Obviously, international events these days are less purely because of COVID. But what about those international events and international days? Personalities, important personalities who won important awards, or maybe few important authors of the last 10 months. Post this, I will also work out on a section which will help me with respect to sports. See, sports is also a very, very important part. So cricket, IPL, everything will play a very, very important role as far as sports, or for that matter, different schemes like farming, etc. is concerned. There is a total of 25 questions, what I said. 19 of them are current affairs, and these are two sections what will be tested as far as entrance exam for DU JAT is concerned. So this is how an entrance exam for Delhi University DU JAT will look like when I'm talking about questions based on numbers, or for that matter, questions based on GK. But is GK and numbers is the only thing what they look at? Answer is no. What are the other things what they talk about? You need to be careful with respect to those two sections which I am going to tell you now. And those two sections are English. English is something what we've been doing since childhood days. But English is also something which will test you on reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is equal to reading. Online paper is equal to digital reading. So if you are doing digital reading, trust me, you are making life easy for you. If you are not doing a digital reading, you are making life difficult for you. So out of the total 25 questions, 5 of them is equal to reading comprehensions, which mean 20 to 30% of the paper, I repeat, 20 to 30% of the paper what is asked in terms of English is purely reading comprehension. Parajumbles, the easiest way to solve parajumbles is look at options, because a sentence would be broken into 4 parts, A, B, C, D, and they would jumble it up and ask you that which is the option, which is the suitable rearranged option. For that matter, word meanings and antonyms are also important, which is synonym and antonym. Sentence correction, idioms, phrase replacement, spelling correction, and speech. Fact and inference based questions are also important. So there is a total of 25 questions as far as English is concerned, and your English is primarily dependent on how good you perform in terms of reading comprehension. Then you've got logical reasoning, which is equal to numerical skills, which is equal to critical reasoning, which is equal to visual reasoning, and it is also equal to something which is known as non-verbal reasoning. So friends, these are those 4 sections which are tested as far as entrance exam for DU JAT is concerned. Now, what would be the right number of questions you need to look at is purely how you've done in your class 12. People who are watching me, listening me, this is a research what I have done in the last 17 years since the time I have been training students for these entrance exam. And this is how you need to mark the list of the colleges when you have Delhi University BMS form in front of you. When you have a Delhi University BMS form in front of you, these are the choices what you need to make. So BMS Bachelors of Management Studies in Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies should be your rank 1. A BFIE in Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies should be your rank 2. Deen Dayal Upadhyay should be your rank 3. Keshav Mahavidyalaya for BMS rank 4. Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce for BMS at rank 5. Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce for Bachelors of Business Economics is rank 6. College of Vocational Studies for BMS as rank 7. SGD Khalsa North Campus. Please remember there are 2 Khalsas. So you have Guru Nanak Dev Khalsa and you've got SGD Khalsa. SGD Khalsa in Delhi University is as your 8th option. College of Vocational Studies Maharaja Agrasen, Aryabhatta Ramlal Shivaji, Aryabhatta B.R. Ambedkar courses. If I have the same score in entrance exam and class 12, if you have the same score in entrance and class 12, then the ranking of the colleges, the ranking of these preferences will be playing a very, very important role. This is a standardized ranking process, but in case you have your choices defined, please create those preferences accordingly.